So it's not uncommon for girls to have trouble picking up on the signs of whether or not a guy likes them, and this is no surprise, since men typically don't give off the crystal clear signs that are seen in typical Hollywood movies. Well, because I'm a dude who could benefit from ladies taking hints a little better, I thought I'd help by sharing with you more than 15 of the most common signs on how to tell if a guy likes you. Stay tuned and take notes, because after watching this, you'll easily be able to tell whether or not the guy you have a crush on likes you back. But let's be real here, it'll still be kind of hard. You'll just be equipped with the knowledge of what signs to look for when a guy likes you. It's up to you to practice looking for them. Before we begin, it's important to note that there are two ways you could read a person: from what they say and from what they do. And it's in these two general categories that guys will let you know whether or not they like you. It's also important to note that people, in general, have less control over what they do than what they say. So let's start with those first. Sign number 1, watch his body language. This is one of those things that will betray a man because he'll do them subconsciously sometimes. Is he leaning towards you? Are his feet pointing towards you? Does he mirror you? These are all positive signs that he's into you, but it's also common social etiquette to practice these things. This is especially true for sign number 2. He makes eye contact. Eye contact is incredibly important when conversing with someone because when you keep eye contact with the person you are talking to, it indicates that you are focused and paying attention. Practicing this, however, isn't the easiest thing to do though, which brings us to sign number 3. He gets nervous, especially around you. While this is a common telltale sign that he likes you, it's important to remember that social interaction is tough for a lot of people. This is especially true if the guy has no idea of what he's doing around women, so naturally, he'll show sign number 4. He treats you differently. When a guy likes you, he'll treat you differently. Does he get protective or especially supportive of you? These are great signs that he's into you, but he also may be doing it because he's been taught by society to do it. Another thing that society teaches you to do is sign number 5. He gives you gifts. This is a great gesture and everyone loves gifts, and it's not about the size or value of the gift that matters, it's about how thoughtful the gift is. If there was this one time you told him you have a particular hobby you enjoy and he gives you something related to it to you, that's great. Although it might be a regift, hopefully he gave it to you in efforts to show sign number 6. He starts to share similar interests as you. This is always good, as one of the best ways to connect with someone is through common interests. But in reality, he may just have no hobbies and thinks that you just happen to have some pretty cool ones. Because of this, he'll naturally be showing sign number 7. He spends a lot of time with you. If he's willing to give up time with friends to be around you, then he definitely likes you. But what if he has no friends? Nonetheless, when he's with you, he should still show sign number 8, which is he smiles a lot with you. Similar to a lot of things so far on this list, it's good social etiquette to smile around people you hang out with because it's no fun to hang out with someone who's a constant downer. It's also incredibly important to practice sign number 9. He doesn't use his phone around you. Now, let me just go on a tiny rant about this one. Not only is it rude to use your phone a lot when around someone, but it's also known as a very common addiction nowadays. It's pretty much a drug in that sense, so maybe he's just trying to stay off of it. Alternatively, this sign could also mean that you're his drug of choice. Now, for the most reliable physical sign, you have number 10. He touches you. Some guys may be touchy in general with everybody, but if he touches you, there's a solid chance he's into you. Call it physical attraction or whatever, but he clearly likes you in some way. If you're looking for a more emotional connection, look for signs other than this one. Alright, that's it for the physical signs that a guy likes you. By now, you can probably tell that not only are they a little difficult to read, but they're unreliable too. Guys will show some of these signs all the time by accident because, well, they're stupid and smelly. However, when coupled with some more reliable verbal signs, you get yourself a guy that clearly likes you, so let's get into them. Number 11. He makes you laugh. A guy can definitely make you laugh with what he does by accident, such as when he falls over seemingly nothing. But it's the times he makes you laugh with the things he says that it really matters. This is especially true if you're alone with him. Sometimes he could just be a funny guy that makes everyone laugh, but hey, a sense of humor is one of the top things that people look for when dating for good reason. Extra kudos to him if he can make you laugh while showing sign number 12. He compliments you often. You probably really do deserve those compliments, cause girl, you're worthy of compliments. Have you looked at yourself in the mirror? Now, while not a compliment in the traditional sense, be on the lookout if he shows the next sign because it's pretty much another way of saying that he thinks you're pretty cool. That brings us to sign number 13. He introduces you to his friends. You're really in the ballpark now if he does this, but he may just be doing this because he and his friends are tired of sausage parties. To tell the difference, look to see if you're the only girl in the group, or whether or not he shows sign number 14. He follows you and chats with you on social media. You know, back in the day, the crystal clear sign that he's into you would be that he chats on the phone with you. But today, the equivalent is messaging through social media. He can slide into the DMs of countless women, but the reality is he chooses to chat with you because he likes you. This is especially true if he shows sign number 15. He has endless questions for you. Here's where you look for key questions such as, what are your hobbies? Or, do you live around here? You're in especially good shape if he asks questions like, do you have a boyfriend? Or even better yet, and this will lead into the last telltale sign, sign number 16. He asks you out. There's no doubt about this one, ladies. He clearly likes you. But let's be real here. You wouldn't be watching this if he's already done that. More often than not, a guy will beat around the bush with this one using mixed signal date invites because, well, it's tough for a lot of guys to ask a girl out. Common examples of this include, but are definitely not limited to, when he invites you to go watch a movie with him because none of his friends want to watch it. Inviting you to a meal with him and his friends, but his friends drop out for unknown reasons. Or inviting you to watch Netflix and chill. That's a big one nowadays. Sure, it's annoying when a guy does this, but he probably does it not only because he likes you, but because he's afraid of losing you if he just bluntly asks you out, since things can get awkward quickly. This is also known as the friend zone. If you find yourself with a guy in situations like these, and are still unsure of whether or not he likes you, then make it a little easier for him by showing him some signs back. Because the reality is that the guy is having just as hard of a time telling whether or not you like him. It's already pretty hard to risk rejection, and it's only harder when you can't tell whether or not the person shares the same feelings. So, props to him if he has the guts to outright ask you on a date. Here's an important tip for when he does ask you out on a date and you're interested in him. Don't play hard to get. There's billions of other fish in the sea. He's not going to wait around forever for you. Every time you push the date off with him, the chances of him moving on grows exponentially higher. However, if you have a genuine excuse, then that's fine. Take the initiative with rescheduling. It'll show that you're interested in him as well, and shows that you're not just kindly rejecting him. Now, suppose you've watched this entire video so far and have found the signs to be useless because you suspect that a guy likes you, but he hasn't shown many or any of these signs yet. Well, don't write him off just yet, especially if you're interested in him. This is because every guy is different in the way they show interest in someone. Take, for example, how some guys won't look at you at all because it makes them too nervous. And no, it's not because you're ugly. As a matter of fact, it may even be because he thinks that you're too good for him. Look at you, a 10 out of 10 with a personality to boot. Best play it safe, because there's just no recovering from a rejection from you. Unfortunately, if a guy you like is like this, then it's in situations like these that you have to show the signs that you like him. Scary, I know, but he'll show them right back if he's into you. I almost guarantee it. On a side note, please try not to be too mean to a guy that you reject either. That really sucks. Now, with all that having been said, Jessica, if you're watching this, do you have a boyfriend? Please let me know when you've watched this. I'll probably have linked it to you as soon as it goes public. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Drop any comments or questions you may have in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Maybe I'll give more dating advice if this goes well.